Namaste everyone, welcome again to the Pages of India. The topic for today's discussion is Narayan versus Guy de Maupassant. We see these two amazing writers, they prove that you don't need any wars or kings to create great literature. What you need is human emotion or human weaknesses sometimes. We see, first of all, we'll look at how these two come together in this comparative study, wherein two different writers come from two different countries and therefore still have some similarities. If we see R.K. Narayan's life, he was born in Madras and he entered this world on 10th October 1906, and he was born in a Tamil Brahmin family. And it was a time of colonial India wherein he was influenced by the modernity, by the fate, and he also observed middle class morality, and therefore he noted in his that could be noted in his writings. His simplicity was deceptive, and beneath lie the deep critique of colonial India. We see that how amazingly he created this beautiful city known as Malgudi. It is a fictional town which he created in a very simple, lucid form, but then it is still remembered by even the kids and adults after so long. Even still, after reading his stories, people try to find this place, this fictional place. It is so close to everyone's heart. There are some interesting facts about R.K. Narayan. That is, he was highly supported by Graham Greene, and he mostly avoided politics, and he never wrote any essays or articles around politics or about politics. He mostly wrote about, he took some adaptations from Ramayana and Mahabharata and tried to depict Indian epics so that the youth can know about it. Now we come to Guy de Maupassant. He was born in 1850, and he was born in France. He was born in upper middle class society, and his parents were rich, but still he could jot down, he could take out mercilessly that how the human emotions work and how he was a dissector of those those emotions. Now, if we talk about some facts, he was also disciple of Gustave Flaubert, and he knew how to play with realism and naturalism. And he also used, very interestingly, he used twisting endings and shocking endings, and therefore his stories stand out of all the other writers. He wrote almost 300 or more stories in his full lifespan, and sometimes it is said that he wrote these stories in just a decade, in just the span of 10 years. It is also said that he suffered from mental illness and died young. His stories often foreshadows madness and despair. He was a great critique of marriages and greed. You know, we could say that R.K. Narayan forgives his characters if you see the stories, but Guy de Maupassant exposes them. Narayan smiles at fate, Maupassant mocks at it. So there are little differences as well as some similarities. If we look at this picture, both the character in the picture or both the men, they're working very hard. In the same way, the characters of R.K. Narayan and Guy de Maupassant, they worked very hard, and we could see the condition of both the men. They talked about ordinary people, both of them. They talked about the realistic analogy or the events. still they had some irony into their stories. The language was very lucid and simple in both their writings. But if we see the differences, we see that R.K. Narayan has always been a very simplified writer with acceptance of what he had in his own country, what the problems and issues he talked about. And he also has this essence of Indian ethos in his stories, wherein if we see the stories of Maupassant, it was very pessimistic in nature. There was less of hope and more of realism. Plus, if we see the greater endings and if we compare them, we see that Maupassant had twisted endings, and there's always a psychological blow in it. But if we see the endings of R.K. Narayan, the narratives had some softness and some kind of emotional balance that could relieve the audience when they end the stories. So this was created to bridge the cultures, to connect different worlds together. And through Narayan, we understand the humanizing, realistic nature. But with Maupassant, everything is exposed. So both remain timeless, timeless as we still read them and we'll still celebrate both the writers amazingly. Thank you.